Hello guys, it is History But It's Dumb here, back for another long form video, and last time I did one of these I reacted to a SABATON music video which you guys seem to really enjoy. I got a lot of positive feedback on that, and you guys gave me a whole list of songs that I should also react to. And I intend to do so for at least some of them. I do intend to do other types of long form videos in the future, but I also hope to make these a little more common. I know they've been kind of sparse in the past few months, so I apologize for that. But I hope to get more long form videos in, especially since I don't have as much time as I used to for shorts now. So I hope by doing more long form videos I can try to balance that out, because I've always kind of wanted to be a long form channel. I just have never really had the motivation or like innovation to do it, or ideas, creativity, whatever you want to call it. But I think I'm starting to get more comfortable with it, and if there's any way I could improve these, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know. But let's get to the main focus of today's video. So today we're going to be reacting to another SABATON video. This is To Hell and Back. So this is actually about an American soldier in World War II, Audie Murphy, who apparently had extreme PTSD after the war, and I think this is a very important topic to cover because it's a very large part of war. Many soldiers go to war and then come home never being the same. Some have more PTSD than others. It totally depends, but it's truly one of the most horrifying parts of war, because these men, they might survive, they might even go unscathed, but they might have seen things that you probably wouldn't know unless it's in your worst nightmare, maybe even worse than that. There was some horrific stuff that went on, especially in World War I and II. So I'm very interested to see how SABATON wrote about this. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, we got some information here. In World War II, millions of soldiers went into battle far away from their homes, and many of those who returned faced an enemy just as formidable as the forces they fought on the battlefield. Post-traumatic stress disorder was usually treated with quite ineffective yet highly addictive drugs. I do know that yes, PTSD has a large part in history. Most of history, PTSD's kind of been glossed over. Many didn't really consider it like a disease or a disorder. Sorry, not a disease, and a lot of them just kind of glossed over it. And I think World War I was like the first time they really, like, people started to really pay attention to it. I think the term shell-shocked was coined. That could be a completely different thing, but I think that soldiers who were like so traumatized from having shells rain down on them, I'm pretty sure a lot of people called that shell-shocked, and then they obviously started to notice it as more of an actual problem. Right. One of the men facing the horrors of World War II long after the war ended was First Lieutenant Audie Murphy from Kingston, Texas. Okay. Okay, we got it. Western. Does that mean Texas? Maybe it's Texas. Oh wow. Yep. That imagery, him clutching his head. Yeah, you can tell he's definitely not feeling great. Wow. It's very upbeat and electric. That is very upbeat and electric for supposedly a very dark topic. I'm very curious to see how this goes. Wow. I heard that he slept with a handgun under his pillow. It's the contrast is very interesting between the very, very upbeat like music with the darker lyrics, and the imagery is very, very dark. Not like, you know, physically dark. I mean, like, this guy is like what, like clutching his head. You could tell he has like a super long beard. I don't know if that's maybe signifying that he kind of just like didn't really take care of himself, or I mean, maybe he just liked a beard. I don't know. I imagine that's what it's signifying. And he's like, he's clutching his head. He's listening to the wall, and like he's definitely not in like a great state of mind at the moment. And there are definitely some very dark things going on inside of his head. And it's very interesting. The contrast is very interesting. Probably was intentional. I'd be interested to find out why. So let's continue. To hell and back. Half naked, and just like oh, wow. Oh. Oh wow. Ugh. That's dark and The music itself also reminds me of like kind of 40s sounding, like for the time period, obviously. It sounds a little more like obviously Western, but also it sounds older, but like obviously with like the hard metal on top of it. And it also makes for some very interesting sounding music. So I think Sabaton just makes great music. Even if they didn't write about history, I'd probably still listen to them, just because they are genuinely really talented at writing both lyrics and just crafting music. They're so good at it. So I say, even if you don't like history, I would say I'd give them a try. And who knows, maybe you'll like history, then you can come back here with a lot more motivation to watch all of my crappy shorts. So hopefully that'll happen. I don't know. Like and subscribe, by the way. Let's continue. Oh wow, it was taking tons of pills. Yeah, they were speaking about the addictive medication at the beginning. I'm assuming that's what that was. They're haunting my dreams. They're still there while I sleep. This might be their darkest song I've ever like of theirs I've ever heard. Like Fields of Verdun was pretty dark, but this like easily this is very, very dark. Also, like the music video, I was debating whether I should do the music or lyric video. The music video is very dark. It's incredibly dark. Honestly, this is heavy stuff here. This is a very serious topic, and I think the way it's portraying it is it's accurate to how probably many people felt. I don't have PTSD. I hope I'll never have it in my lifetime. But if just by listening to this video is accurate at all, I really do not want it, because this is heavy stuff. Guitar riff. Mandatory guitar riff for Sabaton. I like it. Wow. It's going to give us more information it usually does. Quite some time after a war, Audie locked himself into a motel room for 7 days to get rid of his addiction to the drugs and was finally able to return to normal life. So was the drugs amplifying this, like, these traumatic things? Because it probably obviously didn't go away after that. I doubt it did, but it seems like his addiction probably worsened it. Thankfully, we actually treat PTSD nowadays, or I don't know how they treat it. I'm not a doctor or anything, or a psychologist, anything like that. Go ahead and shoot me a comment if you know, but I imagine they don't give them addictive drugs that supposedly probably make it worse, from the way that this video portrays it, at least. I don't know, personally. I'm very unknowledgeable on this kind of subject. This is a very, very heavy subject, and I don't want to speak anything false, so if anyone wants to correct me, please go ahead and do that. I want the most accurate information possible, so please do that. I don't like being wrong, obviously, but if I am, I'd rather know than live on in ignorance. So let's continue. Lieutenant Murphy received every military combat award for valor available from the U.S. Army. Nice. Probably deserved it, honestly. I don't know a ton about what this guy did in the war, but if he had this much PTSD, he must have been through a lot of stuff. Medal of Honor, Distinguished Service Cross, Silver Star, Legion of Merit, Bronze Star, Purple Heart, Good Conduct, Presidential Unit Citation, American Campaign, American Middle Eastern Campaign, World War II Victory, Army of Occupation, Legion Honneur, Chevalier, French Croix de Guerre, Belgian Croix. Okay, it looks like he got more than just American awards, because those are not English. Combat Infantryman Badge, Marksman Badge, Expert Badge, Outstanding Civilian Service Medal, Texas Legislative Medal of Honor. Nice. All right. So that was To Hell and Back. Overall, the song, very enjoyable. The lyrics are very well written. They actually, it makes sense what it's talking about, and you feel the weight, especially added with the visuals of the video. You feel the weight of all of this that was probably on this guy. So, this is a very heavy subject, and I do think it's one that should be talked about. But that is where we're going to conclude the video. Please leave me your thoughts and any other comments below. And make sure to like and subscribe. Check out SABATON. I will have a link to the original video in the description. Maybe comment what kind of videos you want me to do, and keep studying for your history test, because it's coming up and I don't want you to fail.